The key to a successful sales funnel are these 4 things: content, opportunity, scarcity, urgency. Let's go through them. I want to share with you how to get clients to pay you $3K, $5K, $10K using a high ticket sales funnel. Now, there is a major difference between selling something high ticket and selling normal priced products. High ticket is anything from $3,000 upwards per sale. And if you have the right sales funnel in place, I'm telling you, it's a lot easier than you think. Now, there is a huge difference when you sell a high ticket product, and that is the fact that you're never really selling. You are taking a person on a journey and you are qualifying whether they would be a good match to be able to purchase from you or not. This makes it so much easier because you never need to feel that guilt of giving them a high price that they're never going to be able to afford, because you will never be having a conversation with that person. So let me just reiterate that. You need to be really clear that a client is never really purchasing a product or service from you. People don't buy products or services. To be honest with you, people don't even buy results. People buy from you and spend money with you for the feeling that the results of whatever it is you're going to provide them with, how that makes them feel. So you are selling an emotion. And when you can be really clear on that and you can understand how to take a person on a journey to experience that new emotion, the whole thing becomes a lot easier. So now you're clear on the fact that you are selling the emotions and the feelings that those results will bring a person. Let me take you through the steps to get them there. Of course, you need to have an absolutely amazing product or service available for them, and something that is really stacked and full of value. And once you have that, here are the steps you need to follow. You need to prepare the client first. You can't just put your service in front of somebody's eyes and say, hey world, buy this. No, you need to be communicating and creating content. Whether that content is through social media or any other way, you need to be speaking to the person directly and preparing them. You can't just suddenly appear out of nowhere and expect somebody to trust you. So the best way to do this is to give them value for free. Value meaning solutions, problem solving, giving them tips, giving them tricks, giving them information that can really help them and to help build that trust. Don't be scared that you're giving things for free. What you are not giving is your time for free. You do not need to be giving anybody free sessions or free one-to-ones or anything like that. You just need to be giving them something that they can look at in their own time that is valuable to them. You then want to continuously do that whilst addressing the pain in their life, the pain that can be solved by your solution that you're going to offer them. So do not talk about your solution. Do not talk about what it is you do. Instead, you're talking only about them, how they're feeling, how that has an effect on every aspect of their life right now. So let's just take my business, for example, with my online business coaching. I help women to build successful online businesses without compromising their faith or values until they're making at least 10K per month. Now, making some money is nice and can be really appealing, but what really are the pain points of not having that solution in a woman's life? For many women, they have no choice in their life but to work. And the only option that we have been conditioned to believe is out there is going into a corporate 9-to-5 or some sort of full-time job just to be able to survive. Now, the honest truth is I really don't personally know anybody in a full-time job who is thriving in all aspects of their life. Now, for me as a woman, I have children. So if I was to be out of the home, let's say 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day, and when I come home, I am the worst version of myself. I am exhausted. The last thing I want to do is start working in the home. This would not work, let alone what are my children doing in that time. So me being able to work from home and have a successful business online means that I really get to build those relationships with my family. I get to spend time with my husband when I want, intentional time, not just because we're just passing by each other. And of course, for me, being an inspiration for my children to let them know that they don't have to follow this one size fits all idea of getting the best grades, going to university, getting a full-time job is something that is invaluable to me. Now, please let me clarify. I am not saying that you shouldn't work hard at school and go off to university and become a doctor or a lawyer. We need these positions in society. But unfortunately for a lot of women, this is just not an option as it compromises too many of the things that are important to them. Now, once I have built a really successful strategy for my content creation to address the pains and the problems in the women's life that I'm trying to speak to, it's at this point I can start to bring in the idea of there being an opportunity of a solution for this. And I will do that by giving example. At this point, I am still not selling. So I can give them an example of myself. I can give them an example of testimonials of other clients that I've worked with. And I can show them that it really is possible to take themselves out of the circumstance they're in right now and step into a new one. And at this point, although I'm talking about the opportunity, I'm still not yet giving them the opportunity to step forward to work with me. Now, as your target audience starts to learn about the fact that there is maybe an opportunity and a different option to be able to do something that is more beneficial for them, something that they're interested in, you then need to bring up scarcity. And scarcity is saying that this is a limited opportunity. This is not for everybody. Unlike you going to a shop and being able to just buy a new handbag, this is more like Rolex. You need to get on a waiting list and you may not even get one. So when you create scarcity, you let people know that this is an opportunity rather than a time to just make a purchase. So you then start to inform your audience about this scarcity of this opportunity that you have available, and you start building a waiting list. The great thing about a waiting list is that you can really see how much need there is for the product or service that you have to offer. If you think about Elon Musk and Tesla, he put out a waiting list way before they even had the car fully designed, let alone built. Now, at this point in your sales funnel, you need to keep repeating the fact that this opportunity is there and that it will soon be coming available. And during this, we call this a pre-launch phase. You are doing this on repeat every single day. Now, bear in mind, you aren't having this opportunity available for people to be able to apply or work with you at any point. You are opening it up, let's say once a month, and you are only opening up 3 spaces. 3 spaces at £3,000 or £5,000 is between £10,000 to £15,000 a month. And finally, you will then announce applications are finally open. You will be bringing in the waiting list and you will be giving people the opportunity to apply to purchase from you. And with this comes the final point, which is urgency. You will not be leaving your applications open forever. They will be open for only 5 days. Some people even run it just for 48 hours. Now, what happens next is the key part. They will be completing an application form, and this application form will be telling you enough information about the person so you can start to learn whether they'll be an ideal client for you or not. But you don't want to stop it there, because on application forms, sometimes people put what they want you to hear. As those applications come through, you will have what is called a setter. Whether this is you or somebody else, this will be the person that will filter through the applications and reach out to the ones that look like a good potential and let the other ones know that unfortunately this is not suitable for them at the moment. You will then have a WhatsApp conversation. This is the next stage. And in that WhatsApp conversation, you will be qualifying the people that have applied even more to understand, is this something that really looks like it could work for them? And do they have the budget available? And are they based in a country where you can accept payment? If they meet these 3 criteria, the next stage is what we call the close. This is where they will be invited into what is known as a discovery call. For us, it's called an enrollment call, where everything about what you offer in your high ticket product or service is explained in detail. But at the same time, you're really getting to know the person that's applying to make sure of 2 things. Firstly, that you are capable of helping them with whatever it is you have to offer. And secondly, that you believe that they are capable of achieving it themselves. During this onboarding call, your goal is quite simple. Identify if they're a good match for what it is you have to offer and answer all of their questions before they've even asked them. So by the time you get to the end of the call and you're saying, do you have any questions available? This person has no questions because you have been so thorough and you have over-delivered in what they expected they would get from the call. This is the final part where we come to the close. The close is where you let them know if they've been accepted and you give them the price. But we never call it a price. It's called an investment, and it's a one-time investment of £3,000, £5,000, £10,000. Now, you may face some objection handling, and I will cover that in another video. But these are the key elements of being able to close successful deals for high-ticket products. Now, of course, if you want to find out more, you know how to find me.